Let's do a recap of my PICU charge shift. It was a great day, not incredibly busy, steady. We are very well staffed. So let's get into it. I wake up around 4:30. I left my house around 5 yesterday. Typically, I try to get to work around 5:30. I clocked in at 5:34 yesterday. Immediately after I clock in, I sit down and I make assignments. The RT's on shift with me that day. And then at 6 o'clock, we go straight into shift report. 6:15 to 6:45, I'm putting names into Vocera, gases that need to be run. Use this time to look at my orders for my patients, my x-rays, and just get all the information I need to start my day. Around 6:45, I typically eat breakfast, something quick. There was a rapid call while I was getting my breakfast, so we got a patient from the floors. I was having a hard time breathing, throwing up all night, and aspirated. I'm on BiPAP, some treatments, got him comfy. After this, I like to stay on top of my charting, so if I have the time in between seeing at least new admits, I will sit down and try to chart. And I got called for a couple gases as well. At my job, we do a safety huddle at 8 a.m. every morning. So I did that at 8. As a charge, the expectation is that you're there to help people, to help troubleshoot. Things in respiratory are a two-man job when it comes to critically ill patients. So my job is to support my coworkers. Typically, I have to take a patient load as a charge. Specific day, this is the least amount of patients I've had to take. I only started my day with 1. Typically, I start with 3 or 4. So right after safety huddles, I go and see my patient, trach patient, treatments, SVNs, and a cough assist. And then I also did a vent check. That up around 8:40. 8:45 to 8:55, I sat down and I just charted that and anything else I was missing from the morning. 9 to 9:20, I called everyone I have on the unit that day, checked in on them, see how they're doing. I also did EKGs and gases. I hate that respiratory does all the EKGs. Is that common? Let me know. 9:25 to 9:50, I went and checked on CV. They were really busy that day. Whatever they needed me to do so that they could catch up on their thing. 10 o'clock, I got a call that we're getting a new admit that was unexpected. I went and set up the room, set up the vent, got everything that I need in there. 10:30 to 11:15, I settled the new admit. Right after that, I went in to check on my patient I started the day with and did a vent check, suctioned the patient. 11:35 to 12, I sat down and charted and I checked all the new orders on the units just to make sure that they were getting done. 12:15, I went and grabbed an Uncrustable for lunch. 12:45, we were hurting for equipment, so I cleaned equipment, set up equipment, got more calls to do gases and EKGs. Patient needed a bronchoscopy and his trach was too small to do that. So from 1:15 to 1:30, I went and did a trach change. And then right after the trach change, we did a bronchoscopy. Also responsible for doing staffing for night shift. On 2:15 to 2:50, I did staffing for night shift. 3 to 3:15, I got a call that we were getting a new admit. So I went and set up their room, put in some initial settings to start. And then I went directly into seeing my patient for more treatments, a cough assist, checking their vent. 4:20 to 5 o'clock, settled the new admission. 5 to 6 o'clock, the night shift charge typically arrives. So you do a unit debrief, letting them know what's going on. In the midst of this, I was getting calls to help other people, do EKGs, run some more gases. And then I went into charting and billing. And then we went into shift report and I left.